What's up, y'all? Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Happy Friday to you all. How's everybody doing today? Oh, well, Raphael, I hope we can get some laughs and all that good stuff over here. I hope you can get all of that. What's up, lovely True Red? Hey, Brandon. What's up, boo? Hey, Xavier, Nicole, Abby, Treleche. What's up, Watermelon Sugar? Coming to the stage. I feel like I haven't said that in a long time. Coming to the stage. It's a Watermelon Sugar. Hey, Danny. What's up, Raphael? Danny, do me a favor. Put your Instagram in the chat, please. Y'all, I showed y'all my if y'all weren't here yesterday, let me show y'all my wonderful mug that my little sis Danny gave me. Hunty. Listen, Hunty, y'all not ready for it. hey, ReallyBTV. Look at that. My logo. Look at that. Y'all ain't ready for it. She made this for me. And she does mugs and tumblers and things. And so you guys go over to her Instagram page and inbox her. See what she's got. She's got some stuff for Mother's Day over there. You know, she's got, stuff for, Black Pride type stuff. Y'all going over there and check her out, please. She's going to drop her Instagram in the chat so y'all can go and find her over to the gram and see what she got going on over there. Okay. Hey, what's up, Tabitha? Listen, y'all. Listen, I shared it on my community tab. Tabitha did a video. I listened to it this morning while I was getting dressed for work. I think you dropped it last night on Gets. I have not talked a lot about that over here on my channel, but please, y'all go over there and y'all check it out. And she gives you guys sort of the whole breakdown on what's going on with, is it Matt Getz, out of Florida, staunch Trump supporter, congressman, being brought up on allegations, some very serious allegations, and it looks like there's some very serious evidence to support those allegations. So, and it looks like it snakes his way on up through the ranks. It ain't quite at 45, but it's close. It's close. I don't know if this is on the docket, but are we going to talk about how Janet Mock has lost her ever? I don't even know what you're talking about. What did Janet Mock do that put? What did Janet Mock do, Xavier, that would make you say that? The answer to your question is no, it's not on the docket because I don't know nothing about it. Hey, Starbell. So y'all go over there. I was listening to it this morning and I was like, oh, hey, Dominique. What's up, babes? Matt Getz out here playing with it. Y'all go read it. I mean, y'all go listen to her video. She does a really good breakdown, y'all. All right. I have a video that I will be uploading. I've already recorded it. I just got to upload it when I'm done here, of me basically going the hell off on Meghan McCain. I'm just sick of her. I'm so sick of her. I'm so sick of her. She was at the premiere for Pose, and she talked about cheating on Poppy with another crew member and slammed the show and its writers. Oh. She cheated on Poppy. Oh. They were so cute together. I hate to see it, but listen, you never know what's going on in somebody else's house, honey. You never know what's going on in somebody else's house. And she slammed the show. I'm gonna have to go and look at what you're talking about, Xavier, because I don't know anything about it. Hey, what's up, Corlette? Hey, KK. Yeah. Hey, Reese's Pieces. What's up? Yeah, that's what I said too. They were so cute together. And you know what? I always, when I know people are a couple and I see them, I follow them on Instagram. When I stop seeing them liking each other's stuff, it always gives me pause. And I have noticed that at first, Janet Mock and the guy that plays Poppy, they you know, it'll show you the people who liked it, and their names were always at the top. But I have noticed that I don't see too much Janet Mock liking Poppy stuff. It's very sporadic. Like sometimes it's there, sometimes it isn't. Whereas before it was there. And I've noticed that a lot more of his like a lot of his pictures, he used to give her photo credit. Like it would be like, you know, photo by Janet Mock, you know, like it's like a little jokey kind of thing. I noticed I ain't seeing that a lot as much as I used to. And I also noticed that he got a whole lot of pictures of him and his puppy, honey. There'd be pictures of him and his puppy. Poor Poppy. Okay, Abby put the link in the chat. Janet Mock demands more pay for polls and fiery speech at premiere. You have stomped on us. Okay, I have to read the article because from that title, it sounds like she's asking for more money, not so much that she slammed the show. It sounds like she's slamming the production company. The show doesn't pay people. It's the production company that does all of that. But I have to read the article, though, because it might, you know, a headline will say one thing, and then as you read the article, it'll get into something else. They were still together. Yeah, I'm not saying they're not together anymore. I'm just saying I noticed that it's not on that same level of intensity. That's what I'm saying. She still likes his stuff from time, but it ain't like it was before. That's all I'm saying. Maybe they had an open relationship, but I guess he was. I guess she wouldn't have said she cheated if it was an open relationship. You know, listen. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. Okay, what were you saying now? Okay, well, I had to read the article, Xavier. I'll read the article and maybe we'll talk about it later on this weekend because I want to know what I'm talking about. She said she had a problem with the first 2 episodes of the series being written by men. Why? I have to read the article. I'll read the article and I'll have an opinion. I'll read the article and I'll have an opinion. I'm waiting for the day Meghan McCain can exit left like Piers Morgan. Did or she escorted to the left like Sharon Osbourne, child? Is anyone in the chat in Vegas? We need to link up. Little baby, you in Vegas? Okay. She demanded to know why she was only paid $40,000 an episode for her work on the show. She made an ovation to her boyfriend, who plays Lil Poppy, seemingly to ask for forgiveness after cheating. Oh. I'm going to read the article. But why she had to tell that man she cheated on him in front of all those people, that's a private matter. But see, sometimes, again, and I don't know, like I said, I'm going to read the article, but sometimes you don't know. If it was with a crew member, they might have been threatening to tell it. You know, sometimes people tell, it's like, you're not going to spray me. Funky Dineva always says, you will not spray me with my own tea. And maybe that crew member was threatening to say something at the premiere. Maybe the crew member was threatening to go to the media. And she was like, I remember when Kevin Hart did that. And everybody was like, well, why is Kevin Hart putting it out there that he cheated on his wife? And we found out because he was being extorted. That somebody was threatening to go to the tabloids if he didn't pay up. And he was like, well, I'm not going to pay up. So let me go ahead and tell my story before you tell the story. So it could have been a situation like that. I honestly don't know. But it could have been a situation like that. Sounds like she going through some things. Yeah, I'm going to read up on it. Xavier, you done went from, that's how rumors get started. Now you got the woman out here doing drugs. Child. Anyway, moving on. So listen, it's been a lot going on with politics. I'm not going to do a deep dive into a lot of those stories. But first of all, like I said, I have a separate video coming where I let my feelings be known about Meghan McCain. And Tabitha touched on it a little bit earlier in her live. You know, Meghan McCain, I don't remember all of this vitriol and outrage when the dolls. Oh, that's just the that's a code name for Quaaludes, child. Remember, you ever heard of the movie Valley of the Dolls? That's what it was. Valley of the Dolls. The dolls was the fact that that the people was addicted to Quaaludes, child. But yeah, I don't remember all of this outrage when the last 8 years, I mean, when, you know, the 8 years, really the last 12 years, when, you know, we had all sorts of monkey caricatures of Michelle Obama, and Barack Obama was called everything under the sun. I don't remember all of this when people were making nasty comments about John Lewis prior to his death and when he died, Elijah Cummings, George Floyd. Like, I could go on and on and on. Like, I don't remember all of this outrage, but because now all of a sudden, people are coming for a Black Republican, now it's an issue. And let's be clear, and y'all might not agree with what I'm getting ready to say, and that's okay. I love y'all anyway. That's a family matter. And what I mean by family, I mean family. We, as Black folk, have a problem with him as another Black man standing on national TV in front of one of the biggest audiences he will ever stand in front of and says racism doesn't exist in America. We have a problem with it. And if we want to call him an Uncle Tom and we want to call him out his name, guess what? We can. That's a family matter. It ain't your business, man. Keep walking. You know how when you go to your friend's house, to the family cookout or to Thanksgiving dinner, and Aunt so-and-so and Uncle so-and-so get to arguing about some shit that happened when they was 5 years old, and somebody pick up a knife like it's about to be a problem, and you get ready to step in to try to calm it down, and your friends say, that's family business. And you step back, that's exactly what it was. Okay? It's our business. You don't get an opinion, ma'am. You don't get an opinion. You don't get to tell us that we can't be mad at him. You don't get to tell us what we can and can't call him. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now, we'll have a conversation on another day about how inaccurate it is to actually call somebody an Uncle Tom and mean it as a negative thing, but that's another conversation for another day. We know what is meant when somebody says you're an Uncle Tom. And you don't get an opinion, Megan. You just don't. And I might even let you have your 2 cents if it wasn't so obviously one-sided and lopsided and you only give a damn because Tim Scott is a Republican. Because if that were a Democrat that we was calling all kinds of names, you wouldn't give a damn. Let's be clear. You could care less. Exactly, Really B. How is she going to say, well, Uncle Tom is a racial slur, but if it's Black people calling him that, Black people can't be racist against each other technically? Well, I ain't going to have that. I ain't going to go down that road either. But your point is valid, though. Your point is absolutely valid, O Street. Your point is absolutely valid. You don't get to tell me that I can't call him Uncle Tom when that man sat up there on TV and said that racism don't exist. No, no, ma'am. No, you don't. And I'm just sick of her. I'm just sick of her. Listen, I'm telling y'all right here, right now, I have written emails on Meghan McCain. I have tweeted. I have hashtagged. I have gotten hate in my DMs because of stuff that I have said about Meghan McCain in Twitter, on my Twitter and on my Instagram. And you know what? I don't care. But I really need her gone. I'm sick of her. Listen. People always want to compare her to Elizabeth Hasselbeck. I don't think she's as bad as Elizabeth Hasselbeck. I mean, I don't think Elizabeth Hasselbeck is as bad as her. Elizabeth Hasselbeck had, you know, there were definitely days when she got on my nerves, but I just don't think, listen, I could deal with Elizabeth Hasselbeck. First of all, she was pregnant half the time she was there. She was out on maternity leave all the damn time. So don't get me wrong, though. Elizabeth Hasselbeck was annoying as fuck. But I will take her back if they will come and get Meghan. Uncle Tom isn't even the right character. That's what I'm saying, Nicole Stevens. We'll have listen, Nicole, we can have another conversation for another day about how inaccurate it is to call somebody an Uncle Tom and mean it as a racial slur. That's a whole nother conversation. But we know what people mean when they say it. Just to be clear, not to be misunderstood, I'm not saying black people can't be oppressive towards each other or discriminatory, but the meaning of racism is a no. Okay. Like 2 years ago, no, Elizabeth was not as bad. No, I just don't believe she was. I'm so over her. I'm so over her. I cannot. Oh, and it's so obvious. Like, it is so blatantly obvious. Child. Anyway, what's up, nephew? What is up, nephew? Yeah, so that's my 2 cents on that. Like I said, I got a whole separate video where I think I just go off about 7 minutes on her. Y'all got about the 3-minute version of it, but it's a whole 7-minute video. That'll be uploaded when I'm done with this. What? I'm sorry. Somebody just sent me a random picture. What? Oh, I'm like, what in the world? Okay. So then, listen, I don't know who, listen, she defended her hairdresser and her hairdresser defended, listen, whoever is doing her hair is setting her up on a regular basis. That her hair, since she came back from maternity leave, has had some of the ugliest shit attached to it. Listen, I don't know what exactly, Tabitha. They hate her. It is clear that they hate her because her hair was looking better when she was in quarantine and she was doing it her damn self. I don't know what the hell she got going on with her hair choices, but I don't care enough to know. Rudy Giuliani, there's been a little more information. It seems as though this situation with the search warrant stems back to the whole situation with the Ukraine. Bill Barr stopped a lot of the investigation. And so the reason why this has been something that has dragged on for so long is because I feel like this is one of those cases that the FBI sort of sat on because Bill Barr wasn't going to, support what needed to be done. So they sort of sat on it until Bill Barr wasn't there anymore. And so now that's why we're seeing so many of these cases take place. And once again, this actually could snake its way up to, 40. Well, yeah, he's 45. He'll always be 45, unfortunately. So we have that. Morning Joe did a whole thing about it this morning. Where they really dug deep into all of the ins and outs. And Rudy Giuliani tried to go on Fox News and defend it. Child. Then we have listen, the twice impeached disgraceful president. Yeah, I mean, we can call him that too. It was something else under politics I wanted to talk about. Hold on, it was something else. Well, New York is, I'll get to that in a second, but it was something else. I knew I should have wrote it down because it was a lot of stuff that's been happening with politics. Kamala Harris, she's trying to talk about what exists and what doesn't exist as far as race is concerned too. I can't. I just can't. I can't. I just can't. I cannot. I cannot. She says that our country has had a problem with racism. But hold on, let me find it because I don't want to misquote nobody, child. I don't want to misquote nobody. I think it's right here. Hold on.
A racist country. Do you agree with that? And what do you make of his warning against fighting discrimination with more discrimination?
I believe that we need to well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today. And I applaud the president for always having the...
Madam Vice President, America is a racist country. It has always been a racist country. It was founded on racism. Life's full of twists and turns, bumps. Let me turn my ringer off, child. It's a whole lot going on my phone right now. Hey, do you need a credit card? Did you say, do I need a credit card? Yeah. What do you mean, for what? That is such a random question. What do you mean, do I need a credit card? I mean, you need one. I don't understand what you mean. Like, what, you gonna give me a credit card? I know. I'm gonna see my referral link. Girl, I should have known. I should have known. Anyway, what up, P? Go ahead, and you give Mr. Whiskey a good walk. It's Tabitha. Thanks for stopping through. Yeah, I love Kamala, y'all. Y'all know I do, but listen, that's what we're not gonna do. That's what we're not gonna do. That's what we're not gonna do. Okay, we're not gonna sit here and sugarcoat and give it a nice, pretty. We're not. We're not. Whatever. I know that's your soul roar. I don't care. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you was like, don't come for her. I'm like, No, I'm saying like. Oh, okay. I thought you was like, don't come for her. No, I'm not saying you was, because some people would. But listen. Over everything. I know that's right, baby. That's right. My baby said she put common sense over everything. But yeah, I like you, Kamala. I want to see you be very successful. I mean, hell, I wouldn't mind seeing you move to the next level. But let's be clear, we are not gonna sit here and sugarcoat this shit. We're not gonna pretend like it ain't there and it ain't real and it don't exist. That's what we're not gonna do. That's what we're not gonna do. Sorry. Xavier, what that's supposed to mean? What that's supposed to mean? You got to explain that one, sir. Hold on now. I now need her to do like most VPs and just sit back there, soak around corners like Cheney. Well, that's just like, fucking Nadiva did a video a few weeks ago talking about, so where's Kamala Harris? I'm like, the same place all vice presidents go. Somewhere quiet. Somewhere quiet. That is what vice presidents do. They are very seldom heard. Seen sometimes and very seldom heard. She's saying things how she's always thought. Maybe. Maybe. But we ain't gonna do that. Oh Lord, Xavier, ain't nobody doing that. That's how she was in California. Child. Not Kamala need a praying black grandmother. I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not doing this with y'all. Yeah, honey. So now the last thing we're going to get into with a little bit of this Politricks is Mayor de Blasio announced yesterday on Morning Joe that New York City will be opening back up on July the 1st, hunty. July the 1st, everything is open. Okay? Everything is open. Was it South Carolina? Dez, I saw Dez in the chat. Was it South Carolina that said, the governor of South Carolina that said, that people that got to wear masks no more? Basically, I knew that was going to happen. As soon as the CDC said it, I said, well, here we go with that. You know, here's the reality of the situation. I knew with the vaccine, I knew we were going to start seeing that. You got to remember that it's summertime. You have to remember that a lot of businesses have been in a lot of trouble for a long time. And I'm not surprised by it. I'm okay with things opening. I don't know if I don't know how I feel about like 100%. Like I'm okay with us still like social distancing or theaters opening up to 50% capacity or restaurants. Like I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with everything opening, but not 100% capacity and all of that. That's the part that I'm a little nervous about. I'm fine with stuff opening. I mean, we got to open back up. Like we have to, but I don't know about that. The panini is still going strong in Michigan. Listen, I was supposed to be in Michigan right now or on my way to Michigan right now. I'm glad you ain't tell me that before I left here. Yes, here in New York, we are going back into the office in June, and the city workers are going back next week. Oh, wow. Okay. Honey. Yeah, I mean, ReallyBTV, however, they might push it back depending on how the city looks. So it's not set in stone. Yeah. And I feel like we're gonna stumble a few times as a country. I feel like we're gonna have a couple of false starts where they're gonna do and then have to maybe scale back. I just don't know how I feel about the 100%. I'm okay with the slow climb. Okay, then I'm not talking about South Carolina. Thank you, Adria. Then I forgot. I read today it was a state because you're right. I remember South Carolina, y'all. I remember now, yeah. Because I remember when I went through South Carolina a few weeks ago, I was like, so we just done, it didn't come through South Carolina. It didn't happen here. We don't have to wear masks. We don't do nothing. Okay. Ciao. But yeah, so that's what happened. So Mayor de Blasio put that out there. What else I have up there? TV talk? Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Well, let's talk about this HBCU love for a second. So let me get y'all my... We had some good news about an HBCU earlier this week, Tennessee State University, with the state of Tennessee owing them $200 million. Okay, so let's get into another great story about some HBCUs, and this one is a little bit closer to my home. This is here in Maryland. Maryland finalizes a $577 million settlement to end federal lawsuit relating to underfunding at states for HBCUs: Morgan State, Coppin State, Bowie State, and the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The article goes on to read as follows. The Maryland Attorney General's office signed the agreement with attorneys for the plaintiffs to settle the case. Lawmakers passed legislation earlier this year to set aside the money, and Governor Larry Hogan signed the bill last month. The lawsuit, dating to 2006, accused Maryland. Now, 2006, y'all. That's how long Maryland been fighting this lawsuit. 2006. Oh, God. Accused Maryland of underfunding these institutions while developing programs at traditionally white schools that directly competed with them, draining away prospective students. In 2013, a federal judge found that the state had maintained a dual and segregated education system that violated the Constitution. The money will be paid over a decade for scholarships and financial aid support services, as well as faculty requirement and development. Funds also can... Okay, that's worded weird. Funds also can be used to expand and improve existing academic programs, including online programs, as well as the development and implementation of new academic programs. The money will be distributed each year based on each school's share of the total enrollment during the preceding academic year at all 4 Maryland HBCUs. Yeah. Here's what I'd like to hear. I'd like to hear that these lawsuits are coming to an end and that these HBCUs are winning. But what I hate is the fact that this stuff has been dragging on as long as it has. We saw the case in Tennessee State. This has been going on since the 1950s in Tennessee. The commission was started in 2016, and they're just settling it now. I'm sure attorney fees will be deducted, child. I'm sure the attorney's fees will be deducted. But at the end of the day, the schools are getting something rather than nothing. And over the next 10 years, that can't be a bad thing. Over the next 10 years, it can't be a bad thing. That's crazy. That is so crazy. 2016. Child. Anyway. I hope that they got it so that the state has to pay the legal costs. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that or not, but I hope they do. Right, but Kamala said the U.S. ain't racist. Anyway, child. Oh, Xavier, I didn't forget about your comment. I need to know what you meant by that comment. Yeah, something's better. I mean, it's unfortunate. You know, I hate to say it, but something, child, is better than nothing, honey. All right, y'all. So that's that. So we got some good news with the HBC love, honey. HBC love. All right, let's talk a little bit about this TV drama. Little TV drama. So first of all, let me share this with you guys. Let me. I'm on the right website. Okay, yeah. Let me play a little bit of this for y'all. As soon as I find it. I don't know I'm on the right website. Because I just checked and I'm on the right website. Hold on. Oh, here it is right here. All right, let me play a little bit of this.
The slide I posted regarding how antiquated, outdated, and unnecessary spanking is to children. There have been a lot of insults to me about how I'm a new parent. What do I know? I'm trying to tell everybody what to do, X, Y, and Z. But for the most part, there's been an overwhelmingly positive response where people are agreeing. And it makes me so happy to know that we are evolving, that we are learning, and we are doing better. For those of you who are continuing to stand by, believing and perpetuating the idea that showing physical pain is also showing love, which is just so counterintuitive and backwards if you actually think about it, I encourage you to do some research. Look into the extensive research that has been done about children's development and the negative ramifications,
All right. I'm not going to read the whole, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but that is Ashley from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, she put a post up on her Instagram the other day, basically talking about how parents need to stop spanking to their kids, how it's an outdated and system and how it can possibly lead to mental health issues, so forth and so on. Of course, she got a lot of comments, and so that's her response to the comments that she got, the good and the bad. Now, listen, I have a few opinions about this. One thing she said that I 120% am like, girl, go sit down somewhere. She said, do the research about people who were in jail and whether they were spanked or not. Ma'am, there are criminals that never got a whooping. I promise you. I promise you that they exist. I promise you that there are people in jail right now who never got a whooping. Just like there are people in jail who did. That is not an indication. Let's be clear. I want to say this. I'm not a parent, and so I'm not going to tell nobody how to parent. And I just think Ashley should do the same. What you choose to do for your child and how you choose to raise your child is your business, and that is fine. But the fact that you have two children who are under the age of 5 and you want to try to tell people who have grown kids what they should or shouldn't be doing, or older kids what they should or shouldn't be doing, I just feel like that's not your business. Now, I also feel like there's a difference between whooping a child, spanking a child. I do feel like you know, the idea of, you know, getting an extension cord and all that. Yeah, I mean, okay. Yeah, that's a lot. And just because our parents did it to us does not mean we need to pass it on to our children. But I absolutely feel like there should be consequences for bad behavior, because I feel like if you don't have a consequence for your bad behavior, then you don't know not to do it again. And I also feel like not every child is the same. Not every child is the same. And there are some children that need different types of discipline. That doesn't always equal physical discipline, but different discipline. Oh, Lord. El Teddy, ain't nobody, where you come from? Where did you come from, sir? Where did you come from? Hell, El Teddy, I know got a whooping, and we see what, listen. I mean, he's not a criminal, but I'm just saying, okay? I've seen multiple outcomes within my family from spanking. My nana was not fond of spanking her children because she was abused. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell somebody what to do with their children, but I feel like you shouldn't either. Not everybody who pops their child's legs or gives them a spanking is a bad parent or is antiquated in their thinking. But I do feel like there has to be consequences for bad behavior. And sometimes the consequences need to be a blow pop. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Now, I ain't nobody's mama, okay? I agree. I ain't nobody's mama. But I feel like sometimes, you know, you got to pop a little pop, didn't you, Nay?
Yeah, but I feel like I shouldn't have, because, like, literally, no, seriously, like, not even, like, being funny, but, like, literally, like, nothing that I ever did was, like, that bad, bro. Not, like, nothing that I ever did was, like, that bad. So I feel like I shouldn't have.
Oh, like lying to your parents and going to a tattoo party and getting a tattoo and hiding it for them for months.
That wasn't a tattoo party, and I didn't get beef for that.
Well, I didn't say you got beef for it. I'm just saying nothing. You would say nothing you ever did. I mean, the only reason why you didn't get beef for that is because you were literally like 16. So
no, I was 17, and I was a senior in high school at that point.
You were.
Like,
I actually defended you on that. I actually defended you. I don't think you ever knew that, but I actually defended you.
I mean, I don't think anything I ever did was that bad. So,
I mean, I'm gonna say this. I do think that overall you were a good kid. I can't say nothing you ever did because I didn't live with you, but I think overall you were a good kid.
I wasn't out here like at midnight running the streets. Like,
you were. Yes, you were. You just had it. Yes, you were. You just had it with your. Listen, we having a whole nother conversation.
What?
I remember. Okay. When I say,
remember what? You remember what?
Y'all used to be out there playing all the time, out there in the street, playing all hours of the night.
When we were like babies, like little kids?
Yeah, like little kids.
Like out front? Well, that was with my parents' permission.
That's what I said, with your parents' permission.
Yeah, like not nothing like, oh, I'm breaking curfew.
Right.
Nothing like that. Like my parents never had to come look for me. Like, where's she at? Like it was never on nothing like that.
No, I know that, but that's why I defended you, because you know your brother. I mean, your brother. He was my brother. Your father was hot about that tattoo. Hot about that tattoo. But I said that I was like, she's an honor roll student. She's got a full scholarship to college.
Like, literally,
it's not that serious. It's
that
not that
was
serious.
Literally the moment where like
y'all, Nay got a tattoo and didn't tell nobody, and she got busted because she got caught coming out the shower. Because the tattoo.
I was dressed and I went to ask my mom for money because I was about to go.
Well, the tattoo was on her shoulder blade.
I had it showing, and she was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "That is tattoo." She's like, "I'll show you that." And I was like, "Okay." And she wouldn't give me the money, and I was like, "Okay." Okay.
Anyway, all right. I'm sorry. We just had a whole family conversation, but yeah, I mean, ultimately, like, yeah.
My best friend, she only got hit one time, and her mom apologized to her, and she's a really good kid too. Like, I really don't think that beatings are necessary, but also it might depend on the type of kid you have, because everybody isn't like us. So
I mean, I got a beating. Monique got a lot of beatings. Monique got a lot of beatings.
I feel like her and my dad probably should have.
Like,
those are kids that I feel like probably should have got beaten, because those are the kids, like, you know how some kids, they like always try their parents because they want to do what they want to do.
She said that her daddy and her aunt deserved it, but not me.
Because like you know,
she
like,
know who the good one is.
You know how certain kids, like, you know, like they are always gonna try their parents because they want to do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be grown when they're young, and you know, sometimes you gotta let them know.
Yeah, that's my niece. That's my niece. Trey Lake Shea, that's my niece. Who's leaving me, y'all? She's leaving. Those of you who've been enjoying Niecy for the last year, y'all, she's leaving. Hey, Angela. Hey, babe. But yeah, I'm sorry. We had a whole side conversation. But I do feel that way. I feel like, you know, each kid is different. You can't do that. I don't think you can teach all your kids the same way. Right? Now, I do agree with that. Oh, girl. Listen, she know who the good one is. Auntie is the good one. You heard what she said, that she feel like her dad and her other aunt probably deserved the whoopings that they got. I really didn't get a lot. I didn't get a lot of whoopings. I really didn't. Generally speaking, I was one of those kids where the fear of was enough for me to stop. Like, my mantra was, if I don't think I can get away with this, I'm not going to do it. Now, if I thought I could get away with it, if I thought that the lie and the alibi was good enough, oh, we was going to make it happen. But if I didn't think I could get away with it, nah, we good. Like, you know how you have friends that come up with dumb schemes, and you'll be like, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. But then there was some schemes that I was like, oh, bet. Let's make this happen. Right. That's the one thing I will say about my parents. They treated all three of us differently. They treated all three of us differently. They did not, I mean, my brother was a wild child, but they didn't take out what he did on me. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say, oh, well, we know your brother used to da-da-da-da-da, so you can't. They didn't do that. They really didn't. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that they didn't learn from maybe some decisions that they probably wish they had made differently. But ultimately, they did not take out. And the other thing that my parents did was they didn't give us the same punishment. My parents really knew who their children were. And so, for example, with me growing up, the way you would hurt me is taking away my radio. You can leave the TV in my room all day long. Hurting me, taking away my radio and my phone hurt me more than the TV. There were times when I got punished and they left the TV in my room. And that's not to say I didn't watch TV, because I did. But what I loved was my music. You see what I'm saying? What I loved was letting my music play in the background and talking to my friends on the phone. And see, I had my own phone line, okay? So my phone line did not interfere with I ain't had to get off the phone when they got a phone call. I ain't had to click over. I had to do nothing. I had my own phone line, okay? Listen, my parents knew what was going to hurt me. Whereas with my sister, for her, it was the TV. They had my sister TV on a cart that had wheels. And when my sister got in trouble, my mama would be like, just put it in the hall. My sister would just wheel her TV out. It was on a cart. Okay? Child, I agree. Me and my brother were raised the same way, but my brother got way more spankings. Okay? That was me, the fear, middle child. I'm a middle child too, Diamond. So that's probably, we got that middle child thing. That's probably it. So she about to have how her parents, her kids, her storyline on the show. No, ma'am. That's probably what it's going to be. Her parenting is going to be her storyline, child. You had a teen line? Yeah, I had my own phone line, honey. Couldn't tell me. I still remember the phone number. 529-1883. Area code 202-529-1883. Now, y'all can call it if you want to, because it ain't been my number for a long time. But that was my number growing up. I don't know why I still remember that phone number. My brother got his radio taken away. They took away my books, my phone. My sister couldn't watch. Now, my parents never took away my books because they wanted, of course, they wanted me to read. But they sure would take away that radio, honey. Middle children are the worst. No. Shakira. No. Right. Now, I'm not saying I never got a spanking, but at a certain age, I didn't anymore. Like, I wasn't in high school getting a whooping. Probably the last time I got any type of spanking or anything, it was elementary school. Like, I mean, it wasn't like my parents was, because I do think there's a time limit on that, because at a certain point, I do think becomes, because I feel like, now my father raised his hand one time, like when I was in high school, one time, like he was gonna hit me, but he stopped himself. But that's what I call him, ignorant, and I probably deserved it. So, and I actually didn't call him ignorant. I told him to stop being ignorant. But you know, I just say it. Either way, wasn't the best thing to say to my dad. It just say it. What's up, L Love? Hey, boo. Yeah, you know what, Shakira? Like I said, if I didn't think I could get away with it, I didn't do it. Now, I ain't gonna say I ain't never do no dirt. But here's the other thing. My parents absolutely loved my best friend. My best friend was 2 years older than me, and they thought that she was perfect. They thought, oh, she's so responsible. Oh, she's so mature. Oh, she this, she that. They didn't understand that she was the architect of the mess. But if I told my mama that I was going somewhere with Shocky, my mama would be like, all right. I could say, Mom, me and Shocky going to the moon. Is that okay? She'd be like, you got spending money? Now, my dad would ask, because usually my dad was the chauffeur at the time. It wasn't no Uber back then. So my dad's question used to be like, do you have a ride there and a ride back? Because he know that if we didn't have a ride, he was going to be our ride. And so a lot of times, whether I could go somewhere depended on whether he had to take me. So if I said, nah, we got a ride. All right. You got spending money? Yeah. Okay. Child, let me tell you something. And for all my DC folk, y'all know, if I could get there on Metro, baby, we was good to go. Good to go. And see, my best friend, she was more of a Metro kid than I was. She knew how to put, y'all listen, Reese's Pieces, Diamond Pearl, who else my other DC people in the room? Y'all know what I'm talking about. She had all, back in the day, the bus schedules used to go down to Metro Center and get, she had every single damn bus schedule for every bus in DC. And she knew how to figure out the maps and figure out if the bus would take us there. And then DC Metro had a number you could call that would help you figure out where you was trying to go and what buses you needed to take. Baby, listen. And then back then, that's when they still had paper transfers and you could manipulate the train. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say manipulate. Y'all know what I'm saying. We could manipulate them transfers, baby. Child. Listen. Back then, we used to be all over the world in public. Okay. All over the world in public transportation. And it's sad that we don't feel that same way now. But you're right. Listen. And our bikes. Our bikes and public transportation. Now, my nephew got like that. I used to be so nervous. He would ride his bike everywhere. And I got so nervous about him riding that bike all over Philly. And then one time he went to New York for his birthday and he took his bike to New York because he wanted to ride around New York. Oh my God, I was so scared. And he was grown. I mean, he wasn't a kid then. He was grown. And that's what he wanted for his birthday was a ticket to New York. So my mom got him a bus ticket to New York, and he put his bike on the bus, and he rode. From Philly to New York wasn't a big deal, and he wanted to ride his bike around New York. Oh, I was so nervous. But I remember being a kid, and he had he had like a good bike. I remember being a kid riding around them little damn Huffies. You know what I'm saying? Weren't those the good times, Reese's Pieces? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You never learned to ride a bike, Xavier? Baby. That's a pastime. You gotta learn how to ride a bike. I had family that worked for Metro. I got free. Oh, you got free fare cards. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Okay, so in high school, I caught the bus to school. And we used to have these things called, in DC, they had these things called flash passes, right? Were they good for, was it 2 weeks Reese's Pieces or was it once a month? It was monthly. It was monthly. So you would get your flash pass for the month. And every month the flash pass would change colors because that's how the Metro driver would know. You just would show your card and that color, he would know, okay, that's this month's color. Baby, I ain't never throw none of mine away. And when you got your flashcard, you could get like the little case, and basically you could just flip it open like a police badge. You could flip it open and flip it back. Baby, I ain't throw mine away. You know, at a certain point, they run out of colors. And the colors just recycle. Or the colors are close enough, like they would have a light yellow and a beige. Or a powder blue and a light purple. And once you put it inside the little carrying case and you flash it real quick to the bus driver, and if you got the same, you know, you ride the same bus every morning, you going to school, the bus driver know you normally got your flash pass. Child, I can't tell y'all how many times my mama would give me my money and I was supposed to go down Metro Center, because I would go to Metro Center to see what the color was. I'd be like, what's the flash pass for this month? I would ride down to Metro Center. Either I would ride to Metro Center, or I wouldn't go to Metro Center, because my mother would always send me the weekend before the first of the month. So the first of the month was like on a Wednesday. I was supposed to go down there that Saturday, right? So I would either go down there and see what the color was for the month, for that month's flash pass, and then I would go over and I would go through my colors and see if I had one close enough to it that I thought I could get away with it for the month. And if I couldn't, I'd buy my flash pass. And if I could, I'd be like, oh, we're going to make this work. Okay. Or I wouldn't go, and I would pay, you know, I would pay the first couple of days. I would pay my way to, the first couple of days. I pay my way down there. I mean, pay my way to school to see what the color was, see what everybody else had. And then I'd be like, oh, okay. Diamond, you know they used to recycle those colors. Why didn't I go to Safeway? I don't know. I probably wanted to ride there. I probably wanted to ride downtown. Probably me and my friends did it, and we wanted to go downtown. You know, back then, you know, you had the Woodies downtown, you had Hex downtown, you know, you had Union Station, you had the shops. Like, we probably you had the pavilion, the old post office pavilion. We probably wanted to go downtown, to be honest with you. I don't remember. I just remember that my mama would send me once a month to go down there. Child. I don't know if I ever told her that. I feel like that's something I never told her. I don't think I ever told her that. What's up? Oh, thank you, Button Jessica. Y'all always get me off topic. How we get to talking about me taking the bus to school? Thank you, Button Jessica, for the super chat. It is much appreciated. Love you bunches. Yes, Hunty. Yes. So yeah. Yeah, that's what it was, y'all. That's what it was. So I have no idea how we got on this topic. Oh, we were talking about spanking. How we get here from spanking? But anyway, I do feel like this is going to probably be part of Ashley's storyline, especially now. Even if it wasn't going to be part of her storyline then, it's probably part of her storyline now. Excuse me, because it has sort of blown up on social media these last couple of days. Now, in other Real Housewives of Potomac news, Giselle has unfollowed Wendy down to the Instagram. Now, listen, I personally don't give a damn. I'm not one of those people that be clocking who following who and who unfollowing who. Because some people, I mean, I just don't put that much stock into it. But because they are filming and because I'm sure that stuff is happening, the fact that Giselle has unfollowed Wendy probably does mean something that went down. And from what I'm hearing, you know, then Wendy put this cryptic message on her Instagram saying something about, now that's how you clear a room, the professor is here, or something to that effect. And I saw people talking about, but they're sorors. Let me explain something to y'all. Okay, listen, at a certain point in your life, the fact that you are part of the same organization as somebody else, it's not as important as y'all might think it is at a certain point. Oh. But I mean, really, like, seriously, like, you have your line sisters, you have your chapter members. And even with that, listen, I'm a part of certain organizations, and I promise you, the camaraderie and sisterhood ain't what y'all think it is. Okay? So the fact that Wendy and Giselle are both AKAs, but they literally just met last year, that don't mean nothing. Like, okay, we both pledged AKA, but I literally just met you last year. So if Wendy was doing some shady shit to Giselle, and Giselle did some shady shit. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Reese's Pieces said she sent me some love, honey. You mean like on my phone, Reese's Pieces? Oh, thank you, Reese's Pieces, for the Cash App. Oh, look at that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Child. Listen. I appreciate it so much. Listen, that's a little bit of change right there. I don't mean little like it's little. I mean, you know what I'm saying, Reese's Pieces. You know what I'm saying. You didn't know Giselle was an AKA child? Yeah, Giselle and Wendy. And Giselle pledged at Hampton, and I heard that she was She was either a dean or an ADP, and I heard that she But Hampton got a reputation anyway, because I got a friend who pledged Delta at Hampton, and baby, they ain't play down there. Especially when Giselle was coming through. They ain't play. Like, Giselle was coming through before a whole lot of these non-hazing rules were put in place. She posted some of her pictures on her AKA anniversary. She posted some pictures on her Instagram. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so that is happening down to the Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, last but not least, now Spilling All the Tea talked about this last night on her. All About the Tea, not Spilling All the Tea. All About the Tea talked about this last night on her channel. That, and here's another story involving the AKA's child, but it's not a bad story. Jamal Bryant posted on his Instagram about his daughter who just crossed, and he was like, please, send congratulations to my daughter who just crossed, crossed over AKA, and he posted pictures of his daughter in her paraphernalia and things like that. And Jamal Bryant is a Kappa, so he was like, ski yo, which it shows that. Now, here's where the drama is involved, which I find it interesting that she is now AKA like Giselle. This is his second oldest daughter, not the one he had with Giselle, but the daughter he had while he was dating Giselle, before him and Giselle got married. But Giselle knew that he had cheated on her and had fathered this child. And she married him anyway, which is part of the reason why her daddy wasn't feeling him and feeling that whole situation, because her daddy know what Jamal did to her, okay, how badly Jamal treated her. But baby, oh wait, let me put this up here in case somebody else want to show me some love, child. Show me some love. And so they were saying that there's some drama with that because Jamal has never really publicly acknowledged his other kids. Like, you only ever hear him talk about Giselle's 3 children. And even on the show, he only ever talks about his 3 children. Like, even when they bought that restaurant, it was all about, oh, he's leaving a legacy for his daughters, his daughters. And remember, everybody was like, okay, but what about the other children? Like, he has other kids. So what are you talking about leaving a legacy for his daughters? Like, he has other children. And like I said, I knew of at least 2. I think 3. But I knew of at least 2. So they were saying that there might be a little drama with that. The fact that he is now, which he should. He absolutely should be acknowledging his other children. Let's be clear. But the fact that he is now acknowledging his other children, honey, that there may be a little bit of drama surrounding that. So I find that interesting. And let me say this. I don't know what agreement they came to. Okay. So I don't know nothing about what happened behind closed doors with him, Giselle, and the other baby mamas. Let me say that. But I have a problem with a woman who, if you have decided to forgive that man, then you accept the fact that there's a child from that affair. Now, again, I don't know what they decided or what they agreed to because I don't know. But I do know that on that show, we never hear about his other children. And even when the producers directly asked Giselle, Giselle was like, yeah, I'm not speaking on that. I ain't speaking about his other kids. So now I remember I used to live in Baltimore area where I was a member of Empowerment Temple. You weren't part of Empowerment Temple, child. when I was a teenager and during the time Naomi was born. Mm-hmm. I didn't know you were a part of Empowerment Temple, child. I got friends who go to Empowerment Temple, child. They love them some Jamal Bryant, honey. Can't tell them nothing. Yes, they eloped. No family attended their wedding. They were supposed to have it in the new church building and then went to the Bahamas. Well, you know, Giselle spoke on it in her book. Now, I didn't really read the whole book. I just got the cliff notes, okay? But from my understanding, she actually had a mental breakdown over that whole situation. And had to be hospitalized for a while. Yep. So, yeah, honey. So that, you know, the Real Housewives of Potomac is about to come out. So, you know, they're going to put all of that out there. You know, they're going to put as much drama as they can for us to, you know, be paying attention. So we're going to see what is given. I will only defend him by saying his oldest daughter, Topaz, was born before he even knew of Giselle. Yeah, now I know his oldest daughter's name is Topaz. She was always very present in the church and sitting in the pulpit until she moved to Georgia. Okay. And like I said, all I know is what I heard. Because I don't know that man. I don't know that man. Now, I ain't going to sit here and pretend like I know him. Yep, you accept a man who has a baby on you, then you accept said baby. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying. I'm only saying that in general statements. I'm not speaking specifically to Jamal and Giselle because, like I said, I don't know what the conversation was behind closed doors. And to be fair, as far as the Real Housewives of Potomac are concerned, those other women aren't on the show. And so Giselle really shouldn't speak on them. She really shouldn't. You know, but I just had a problem with them making such a big deal about his three daughters. And it's more than three. But he always acknowledged Topaz, but not Naomi. Oh, until he wrote his first book, War Me. If you look in the first acknowledgement pages, he acknowledged all his children and named them one by one. Okay. Okay. Gina, I need to talk to you. Oh my gosh. I need to call you and I need to talk to you. Oh, girl. I'm going to call you this weekend. I know you think I'm lying, but I am. Because I need to ask you a couple of questions about some things. If Potanka doesn't start in June. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to start late June, early July, I'm thinking. We might get like a 4th of July week debut. I feel like. Because we have New York and Beverly Hills starting almost back to back. And we have Atlanta and Dallas are ending pretty much at the same time because this week is the second part of the reunion for Atlanta. Next week is going to be the first part of Dallas. So they're like a week apart as far as their seasons. And then New Jersey, they've already filmed the reunion, which means that I think Jersey is ending in like 2 weeks and then their reunion. So that's going to take us into, so let's say, this is Jersey will be done by the end of May, which means that in the rotation, we'll be down to New York and Beverly Hills, right? It'll be time for the OC in Atlanta to rev up by the end of summer. Well, no, not Atlanta, because Atlanta's off of their schedule. Their normal schedule is, because they're normally on during the holidays, because they always take that week off during Christmas. But they're off their regular schedule because we're literally just ending. Oh, Lord, look who done fell out the ceiling because we done brought up Nene name. Ain't nobody say nothing about Nene. And I agree with you. There is no harm in him being proud of his daughter and shouting her out online. I don't like the narrative that all about the T was putting out that he was taunting her. Yeah, I don't think it was a taunt at all. I don't. Now, you know, I like Monica and everything, but I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with all of Monica's assessments of situations. I didn't agree with that either. I think he honestly was just proud of his daughter, especially the fact that he's a member of the Divine Nine. His daughter pledged. I think he was just proud of his daughter. You know, I really don't think so. I think he's just proud of her. I don't think it was a taunt, Giselle, but that's my opinion. I heard they were taking their time to think things out with OC because the ratings last season were so bad. Yeah, I'm okay with that too. All right. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me read y'all this quote from Kenya, and then let's talk about it for a few minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. I got distracted. Okay, hold on. So, Kenya posted this. She tweeted this out or Instagram this out or whatever, child. To be clear, Portia did not invite me, Marlo, or Latoya to the voting PSA. Historically speaking, when we support charities, we put our differences aside. We all have fans who matter. She is not above the pettiness. Now, this is in response to the whole thing that came out on last week's reunion about Portia not inviting them to the PSA. Now, let me say this, and I said what I said at the reunion, and I still feel the same way I felt at the reunion. You don't get to treat me like shit and then expect me to offer you my hand. It's just not going to happen. And I understand that historically certain things have been done certain ways, but that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is that you feel like you get to talk to me any old kind of way and treat me any old kind of way when the cameras are running. And then when it comes down to something that's going to make you look good or benefit you, then all of a sudden, I'm supposed to just invite you to tag along. No, Portia had an opportunity to do a PSA on voting. And guess what? She invited the people that she rocks with. She invited the people that she fucks with. And at the end of the day, it's not so much that you treated Portia so bad. It's that you totally tried to discredit everything that this woman has been doing for the past year when it comes to voter suppression, when it comes to Breonna Taylor, when it comes to Black Lives Matter. It's not that y'all just had a couple of tiffs on, camera, for the cameras making it look good. No. You totally tried to come for that woman for the very thing that you are now angry at her for not inviting you to be a part of. No, ma'am, you don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to feel some kind of way because I don't invite you to the party that you talk shit about. You don't get to do that. No. No. Thank you, Tosh. But that's the same thing that she got in her feelings earlier in the season when Portia's sister uninvited her to the party. Now, I do feel like the way that was done was a little bit extra. But the fact that Portia's sister thought about that thing and was like, you know what? I'm trying to do something really nice for my sister, and I'm just not feeling happy. I'm just not getting a good feeling about Kenya and her intentions. So you know what? I just don't want you there. Kenya, you cannot be mad that at a certain point people are tired of your shenanigans and you are no longer what we no longer can do is see, that's why I had to turn my ringer off. What we can no longer do is continue to write stuff off as, oh, I'm just doing it for the show. Oh, I'm just doing it for the show. I'm just doing it for the show. Because at a certain point, people are over it. People are sick of it. People are tired of it. And it's no longer, oh, I'm just doing it for the show. And something, again, whether you like Portia or not, something as serious as her involvement in the community with Black Lives Matter, with voter suppression, I just don't think that's something she's willing to play with for the show. Now, we can play around a lot of stuff. We can play a lot of games, but I just don't think that's something she's willing to play with for the show. You know what I'm saying? Ciao. Right, and why would she invite Latoya's crazy ass? I don't mean no harm. I mean, I'm not mad at her for not inviting the people she didn't invite. I'm not mad at her for saying I don't want Marlo there, Kenya there, or Latoya there. I'm okay with that. I'm not. First of all, that wasn't even for the show. I mean, it looks like they have footage of it, but that happened after they stopped filming for the season. Because the voter suppression bill just passed a few weeks ago. That's not for the. I mean, they might have been filming it, and maybe they decided not to put it in to the season, or maybe they filmed it for next season. But that's not even something that's a part of the season. So, ma'am, Lauren not on the payroll. She can invite who she wants. Exactly. Lauren thought about that thing and was like, yeah, no, it's a no for me, dog. Like, I feel like Lauren was like, no, I changed my mind. No. Always out here acting a donkey and then want people to handle her with care. Okay, you better say it again, C. Golden. You better say it one more time for the people in the back. I'm sick of this on these shows where these people act like fools, totally do disruptive shit, and then don't understand why people don't want to rock with them off screen. Like, listen, I'm gonna treat you like a coworker, and I feel like that's what Portia did in that moment. What Portia did in that moment was Portia treated her like a coworker, meaning when we film it, I gotta deal with your ass. I gotta make nice. I gotta come to the scene. But when we not filming, ma'am, I don't have to see you. You don't have to see me. We don't have to see each other. Okay? There you go, Jonathan. I gave you a good little Nene quote right there. Because that's how I feel about stuff at work. Listen, I'm the best co-worker in the world. But I don't fraternize with most of the people I work with. I never have. I make very few friends at work. Now, I have made some friends at work. I've made some good friends at work. But I ain't that person that think everybody I work with I'm cool with. I'm not social media friends with people from work. I had somebody ask me that one time. It was like a running joke at one of my jobs. They were like, we really can't be Facebook friends? No, we really can't be Facebook friends. Like, are you serious? No, I'm dead ass. You don't need that much access to my life. Especially that was when I used to really be on Facebook. Like, I don't really be on Facebook like that anymore. I still got my Facebook page, but I don't be on there. If you're looking for me on Facebook, you're gonna be looking. But that was when I used to really be on Facebook and would post stuff and post my statuses. And I was at this party, I was at this club, I went to this. No, you don't need that much access to my life. No, ma'am. No. And when I do post stuff that's private, it is strategic. The other day was my dad's birthday. It was very strategic that I posted it was my dad's birthday on my Instagram. I know y'all follow me on Instagram. I wanted y'all to know that it was my dad's birthday because I have two separate Instagrams. I have a private Instagram and I have my ReallyBTV Instagram. I was fine with y'all knowing that it was my dad's birthday. I posted it. I posted a picture of my dad. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't want y'all to know it was my dad's birthday, I wouldn't have posted it. I would have posted it on my private Instagram and I would have kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? So no, Portia is treating Kenya like a coworker. When we are filming, okay. But when we're not filming, I don't need to be bothered with you. Child, you better say it one more time, Diamond Pearl. Let me tell y'all, okay, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to say this. L Love told me to stop saying that, so I'm going to stop saying that. But let me tell y'all how I learned my lesson the hard way about people being your social media friends. I had somebody, and we were friends. Hung out together. We were friends. And when I went to go work at the union, she became my boss, right? So when I was working for the teachers union, she was already in that role, and I started working there, and she became my supervisor. So at that point, she's my friend, but she's also my supervisor. We were already Facebook friends. Something happened at work. It was something stupid. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was snowing really bad. When I say it was snowing really bad. And when I worked for the teachers union, we were in downtown DC. We worked down in the thick of downtown DC. That's not where the office is now. But when I worked there, we were in the thick of it. And all I could do was stare out at that damn window because my commute coming out of downtown DC was already some bullshit. Like on a Saturday, I could get to the office in 20 minutes from where I was living. 5 o'clock during Monday through Friday, baby, it was an hour. Okay? And that was on a good day. That was if it wasn't an accident or no other bullshit going on. And all I could think was, it's going to take me 2 hours to get home. And so I'm literally looking at the snow. It is sticking. Because see, it's one thing when it's snowing and it ain't sticking. It was sticking. And I was like, and it was one of those moments that made me think about, if I was at the school, they'd be closing school right there, right? So I posted on at the time, my Facebook, I said something to the effect of, why the hell are we still here at work? Somebody need to close this damn office. Forgetting that my supervisor is my Facebook friend. Right? Child, I had to hurry up. Like, it was up there for a minute. Like, it was up there for a minute. And then I thought about it. I said, fool, your supervisor is your Facebook friend. You need to take that shit off of there. And I deleted the post and I unfriended her on Facebook that night. And the next day, and I was like, how did she even realize that we weren't Facebook friends anymore? The next day, she was like, you unfriended me on Facebook? I said, yes, because you are my supervisor, girl. You got my number. We can still hang out. We can still gossip and talk, but you don't need to see everything. Because sometimes it might be stuff that's work-related that you don't need to see. And I learned my lesson then, and I said, you know what? You got to do a better job of separating the two. Everybody don't need to know everything. And that was a situation where we were Facebook friends before, but once she became my boss, I should have unfriended her once she became my boss. So when Facebook opened up to the general public and family started to gravitate, that's when I backed back. I only use it for Messenger, child. And that's the one thing I hardly ever use it for. My cousin who lives in Kenya, I talk to her on Messenger because it's easier for me to do Messenger with her than to do Skype. For whatever reason, Messenger works way better than Skype does. So my cousin that works in Kenya, that lives in Kenya, I talk to her. That's it. That's really all I use Messenger for. Every once in a while, I'm still in like a couple of group texts on Messenger that I'll get the alert for every once in a while. But for the most part, child, I don't be on Facebook. Every once in a while, I'll scroll through, like a couple of things, and keep it moving, child. I don't really be over there like that. Most of my old coworkers never even heard me speak, child. Every event Kenya invited to shows her behind or wants to make herself the center of attention. At Blaze, she had to have a private moment with Candy. Right. Like, girl, I ain't famous, but I follow the Queen Latifah and Beyonce rule. You see what I allow you to see. You better say it one more time for the people in the back. All right, so let me say this and then I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. So, Married at First Sight. Listen, I tried. I really tried. I tried, y'all. I tried. I owe y'all another members only because I failed miserably with Married at First Sight. I tried to make it a members only. I got behind on the members only. So then I just started making them a regular review. And now I can't even do that. I watched that episode last night and that is just 2 hours of my life I can't get back. I can't even, let me tell you something. I was like, I can't even muster up a review. I like to make my reviews, I like to have at least a 10-minute review. At least. I like to give y'all at least 10 good minutes of what I saw. I really try. I really, really try. Y'all, I promise y'all, if I had reviewed Married at First Sight if I had reviewed it last night, I know it wouldn't have been a 10-minute review. I don't have 10 minutes of it in me. Let's be clear. I'm sick of all they asses, okay? And last night's episode was really basically totally produced. You had the couples before decision day talking to a family member or a friend, and basically talking about what they hate the most to create a moment to make it look like they're having second thoughts about decision day when you know half of them done already made up their damn mind. They just going through the motions until they go to decision day to fulfill their damn contract. The fact that y'all are sitting here making me believe that Haley and Jake are having any thoughts that they would stay together. Child, bye. Claire and Ryan had the nerve to say to Claire, well, you know, I just want you to know that I really appreciate this experience, and I wouldn't have wanted to go through this experience with anybody else, no matter how things turn out on decision day. Let's say what? Then you have Bree, who's mad about the fact that Vincent told her that he don't like the fact that she bossy, and that turned him off on at the wedding because everybody at the wedding said she was bossy. How could you get mad about that? You told him that you're not as organized as I would want you to be, and he was like, well, you know, you're a little bit more bossier than I would want you to be. How you gonna get mad at him for that, but you don't feel like he should have an opinion about what you said about him? What? Hey, Miss Honey. What am I right about? I mean, I'm right a lot, Miss Honey, but what I'm right about, baby? What I'm right about this time? I mean, I was just like, so you really in your feelings, like literally your whole description at the wedding was the fact that you were bossy. You were nice, but bossy. You were sweet, but bossy. You were intelligent, but bossy. And he ain't supposed to feel no kind of way about that. Because hell, when I was watching it, I felt some kind of way. I was like, well, damn. I mean, when everybody got to tell you that you bossy. Vincent and I mean, Virginia and Eric, listen, I'm sick of them too. Because listen, I'm convinced that Eric just likes having sex with Virginia. She must be good in bed. She must be good in the sack. She must be doing flips and trips and things he ain't used to. Because I really feel like, I'm not even being funny. I ain't trying to be crass either. I'm really serious. I really feel like that's what he likes about her. Because it seems like whenever they make up with the intention of having sex. Oh, I'm right about the show Antics. Brianna and Vincent just trying to do too much for the camera. They're secretly right. I really feel like they're happy. And I feel like, but you know what? I also feel like production is probably telling them, okay, y'all, we need something. Like y'all not giving us nothing. We're not getting no controversy here. Y'all are really kind of getting along and we need something. Like I feel like production kind of pushed some of that too. Because some of the stuff I was like, even with the whole last week with the whole horseback riding thing, the fact that that man got on that horse, as scared as he was to get on that damn horse, I felt like we should be happy with that. Now, he told you after the fact, for future reference, don't be planning shit like this for me. I ain't jumping out no planes. I ain't bungee jumping. Listen, I'm not that guy. We can go on vacation. See, and this is how I feel about stuff. And maybe because I can understand Vincent, or I feel like I understand where Vincent was coming from. Listen, I love to travel. But like Abby keep trying to tell y'all, I'm a little bougetto, okay? I love to travel. I don't like to rough it. Nope. And maybe that comes from growing up camping the way I had to grow up camping. Even then, we ain't camped like, you know, out in the middle of the woods with a tent. We was in a trailer with air conditioning and heat and a stove and TV and all that. But let me explain something. Vincent ain't never say he wasn't willing to travel and try different things. He just told you what types of things he ain't want to do. And he's not, listen, he's just not into the more extreme things. Now, I know that riding a horse may not seem like it's extreme, but look, he got on the horse. Now, I feel like that scene was edited down and that he probably took him a lot longer to get on that horse than it seemed like to us. But at the end of the day, he got on the fucking horse. He got on the damn horse and he rode the horse. And when you asked him, would you do it again? His answer was maybe. I think that's it. I think we're good. Child. I was high class camping. Yes, honey. We was high class camping. Shoot, my parents, they continued to camp until maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. They had a motorhome, honey. Shit, my dad had DirecTV. My dad had a whole satellite that when they would get to the campground, he would hook his whole satellite up. And they had DirecTV. Okay. Exactly true. Lovely, True Red. Yes, I don't play them games. I mean, I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination, but I travel comfortably. And if I want to travel first class, then I work to travel first class. I mean, I save my money. I do what I have to do. Now, usually I'm okay with, traveling coach. Okay. But if I, like, for example, I want to go to Australia for I have a milestone birthday coming up in a few years. I want to go to Australia. I've already decided that when I fly to Australia, I'm going to fly at least business class. So I already know I need to be saving. I know what those tickets look like because I've already priced them. So I know what I need to be doing because I'm going to be at least business class going to Australia. At least. Dad said he wasn't listening, and we didn't. We ain't missed no games. Trust and believe, we saw all the games. Exactly, Jason. And I eat good. And I shop how I want to shop. I go where I want to go. Because listen, this is how I feel about it when I'm traveling, y'all. My mindset when I'm traveling is I might never get back here again. Because there's so many places in the world that I want to see. I don't feel like wasting money doubling back on a place I've already been if I don't have to. For example, I'm going to Puerto Rico this summer for my birthday. I've been to Puerto Rico before. I've actually been to Puerto Rico twice, but because of the pandemic and because of some other things, I just had to go somewhere that I felt comfortable enough traveling to. I still wanted to be within the, the confines of the U.S. borders, but I need water. I'm a water baby. I'm a water sign. I need the water. So, you know what I mean? So I did that. Now would I prefer to be going somewhere else this summer? Absolutely. But okay. But my thing is when I travel, the reality of the situation is my mindset is I might never get back here again. So I want to get as much of this experience as I can get. That's my mindset. Really, you have to be comfortable when you are traveling long distance. Exactly. I would love to be going to Europe this summer. I told y'all I had to cancel my trip to Greece last year because of the pandemic. I had to cancel my trip to Greece. I would love to be going to Greece this summer. I ain't ready to go to Greece. Child. You heard what's on the cheap right now? Puerto Rico, Jason? Yeah, when I go places, listen, and I've had to do that before. Like I've literally picked up jobs and I've literally picked up second jobs and things like that to have the kind of money that I want to have when I go certain places. Exactly, Miss Honey. Vincent needs some codding, but he ain't no Ryan, child. Ryan, listen, I don't know what Ryan's situation is. I know y'all I know some of y'all keep saying that y'all think Ryan is gay. I don't necessarily think Ryan is gay. I just think I think a couple of things with Ryan. I think Ryan is a virgin. I think he's embarrassed to say he's a virgin, but I think Ryan is a virgin. And I think that Ryan is not in love with Clara. I just think he's not. And did y'all see the look on his face when she was doing that personality test and the way she was answering them questions and he was giving her the look like, fuck. Oh, for real, Jason? Oh, well, that's even better. If Puerto Rico is on the cheap right now, that's even better, baby. Because I'm ready to do it. Yes. Ron in those tight-ass jeans acting like he sits at the right hand of the father all while getting his mic rocked. Right, Miss Honey. Oh, really, Jason? Well, you better go ahead now. Europe in 2017 was fantastic. It was fantastic. When did I go to Europe the first time? My first European trip was, I always remember, I can always remember when my first European trip was, if I can remember how old my best friend's oldest son was, because she was pregnant with him while we was on the trip. We know she suspected it, but she didn't know she was pregnant. She suspected she was pregnant while we were on the cruise. And so when I can remember how old he is, I can always remember. I think he's going to be a freshman in high school next year. So he's what, like 14, 15. So that was our first, that was my first trip to Europe. Child, listen. Clara, poor thing. Right. She was like, she has no goals and ambitions. I was like, girl, do you hear yourself right now? I'm gonna have to look that up, Jason. Okay, you said that it's supposed to be cheap right now. I hope so, because you know they have a couple of when I was there, they have this outlet mall that I that's there. Y'all know I'm good for some shopping, honey. And then Old San Juan's got some nice shops and stuff there. I'm good for shopping, honey. When I'm on vacation, I ain't got no problems with it. Listen, Clara is good, living her good life as a flight attendant, traveling the world, and having. The only thing is missing is her peen, because I don't even think she care about Ryan as much. I think she just wants some on deck peen when she get home from traveling. I really think that's it. That's all. I think for her, life would be perfect if she had some on deck peen. I think she'd be fine. Well, anyway, let me get ready to get off of here. We're going to get ready to love tonight. I'm not sure what else we're going to get tonight, but we're going to get ready to love. California is $20 from Phoenix. What? Honey. Yeah, I'm getting my, I'm actually buying my flight Monday. And when I went and looked at flights, what day was that? I was looking at flights Thursday. The flights were actually really decent to San Juan. Really decent. To the point where I was like, shit, I need to get my ticket now. But the flights were really decent. So I'm getting my flight on Monday. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Claire is shallow, but Ryan's no scholar. He's trying to be Mr. Perfect, but he's average, which is fine, except when he wants perfection from Claire. Listen, Miss Honey, I'm with you. Like, I like Claire. I don't have a problem with Claire. But I just have a problem with Claire trying to act like everything is so perfect, and it's not. Like, it's not. Here's the thing. And this could be an after dark conversation we can have an after dark coming up soon. I think I'm gonna do a members only live at some point this weekend. So be on the lookout for the notification on my community wall. At some point this weekend, we're gonna have a members only live. But let me say this. We have got to get out of that mindset that we were taught, especially women, that we were taught that it's taboo or it's not ladylike to stand in our sexuality and know what we want and demand for what we want. It's okay. And for Clara to feel like it's not okay for her to tell this man, listen, I am not okay with our sexual relationship right now because you're the only one winning. And I'm just not okay with that. You know, and that's what she has to do. But we'll talk about that, honey. We'll get into that. But I like Claire. I don't dislike Claire. As a matter of fact, I feel like Ryan has been deceitful in this situation. I really do. I really do. Because here's the thing. I think he's a virgin. Some of y'all think that he's gay. Either way, he's been deceitful. Either way, he's been deceitful. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much, Button Jessica, for the super chat. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Reese's PC, for the Cash App. I appreciate you guys so much. Go on over there to that Avon and check some things out. I'm about to put me an Avon order in right now. And when I get it, I will do the unboxing and let y'all see what I got. Okay? Talk to y'all later. Peace.